stage. Mr. Biswas sir and Dr. Bhana sir, please join us on stage. To the dais, I invite our session chair, Mr. Abhishek Biswas, founder, Sattvic Council of India. Sir has extensive business experience while working in various Asian countries, which includes India, China, Korea, and Thailand. Having a profound knowledge of local and international business ethics and cultures by foraying into the global market. Served as a PR of the Indian Chamber of Commerce in Thailand in 2013. Sir was appointed as a Thai trade representative by the Prime Minister of Thailand for the promotion of bilateral trade. Also appointed by the government of Gujarat, indexed B for Vibrant Gujarat Summit, worked with the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and has led the biggest international delegation to India till date. Worked closely with the United Nations and has worked on a project in Myanmar to introduce the Asian Economic Community to widen the market for the member nation, name a few. Sir has also served as an advisor to the Uttar Pradesh Trade Promotion Authority and has successfully created a great way for Korean companies in India through Indo-Korean joint venture and also created a roadmap for the upcoming $1 billion industry. Currently, to revolutionize the world food industry, Sir created world first vegetarian and lifestyle certification, Sattvic Council of India in 2000, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining us to the 8th AMIFOST 2025.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I thank AMIFOST for calling me here, though it's not the first time for me in Amity. The association with Amity, Hospitality and Food Institute has been very old with me. So it's like almost 8 years now. I'm coming to Amity. I'm actually talking to students and, the young entrepreneurs here who have been, connected with Amity. So usually I don't have a presentation to give because there are a lot of things. By the time I'll speak, you can search about Sattvic and you can Google us so you know what we are doing, where we are and how we are placed. I'm here to actually usually when I go and speak to the entrepreneurs, so I talk about only one part because the success part, everybody knows that. Okay, when you have a concept in your mind, when you want to actually convert it into a venture, that is a time where the first quarter or the first half of the entire journey, I think that is a very big challenge for a lot of people. So no, it's okay. that was a small technical thing. So coming back to the subject is that, whenever I meet young entrepreneurs and whenever I meet the young students, fourth year, people who are doing MTech, uh, I always talk about a vision, and that vision is the most important thing for anyone to, mitigate what that person wants to do in life, in what subject, whatever subject. So today, as you know, that there's a small incident I just like to share with you. Recently, I was in Kolkata for an event with ITC Hotels. So while coming down from the airport, we wanted to have some coconut water. So we stopped at a corner where there was a very small shop of coconut. The guys who were selling coconut. So at that point of time, we bought 2 or 3 coconuts, and I paid by I Google paid. Then we sat again. We stop at another person at another place. We need to buy some bouquets, some flowers, because I was going to the hotel, so I wanted to give it to the GM. So from there also, it was a very small shop, and there was I did a GPay, and automatically the money went, and these are very small shops. What I understood, what I realized, that today in our country we don't realize where the economics and where the business has gone up to, and that is where the opportunity is. So I will talk about the first few points of what I had gone through during my journey of Satvik. So this started in 2011, where I was actually the advisor to Thai Prime Minister for the bilateral trade, and I was living in Bangkok those times, but I was traveling a lot. So there were a lot of people who were coming to these countries, Malaysia, Thailand, you know, China, these countries, and there were a lot of people from the Indian origin. And those people from the Indian origin, there were a lot of people who were vegetarians by nature, because even we don't have a CAGR recently, but I think 2021, I think 2018 or something like that. There was a CAGR which said that 40%, 40% population of India is a vegetarian by default, by nature. So when these people, when they travel outside, a lot of people from you who are vegetarians here, you must have also felt a lot of problems when you are actually moving out of your in general, everyday activity. So, we decided to do a campaign where we could actually promote it to the tourism ministry, and saying that, by a Thailand tourism ministry, saying that if you see this mark at any of the restaurants or any of the places, you can basically you can understand it's a vegetarian outlet. It has been certified, and the entire SOPs and everything are vegetarian there. So this is how actually Satvik started. In 2014, there was a coup, and then probably, I came to India, because at that point of time, I went ahead, too ahead. I was almost working on this project for the last almost 4 or 5 years. So, okay, my first experience was just to share with you guys that whenever you think that you want to do a project, there will always be a time that you have to decide that whether to go forward with it or come back to your normal life and live the way you want. So I think 2014 was that point in my life when I had to decide that whether I have to, leave everything and come back to India and start almost new. Is this project so valuable? It's this project so, can I do this, or will I be able to do this? So that was the decision I took, and I almost wrapped up a lot of things from Thailand, and I came to India and started with almost zero, because I wanted to come to India, because India had all the knowledge of how a vegetarian certification would look like. So probably we had a lot of notes, everything, but the technical know-how, the professors involved, and the people, and I'm sharing with you because the first event I did was in 2014, and a lot of I think 2 professors from Amity and a few students were there, just to give a thought whether the process is right or wrong. We used to do it all the time. So this was the first time when I realized that whenever you are starting a project, you have to have your mind, you have to set your mind to a place that, yeah, it's basically rock, that whether I have to do it or I don't have to do it. If you cannot do it, just leave it there and then and get back to whatever you're doing. But if you think that this is worthwhile and you have to do it, then you take up a chance. Now, the biggest problem when you are talking about developing a standard, the biggest problem is who cares about these standards? I mean, there is an ISO 22000. There were other certifications who were doing it, but why would people care about Satvik? So that is going to be your second, journey where you take a decision, and then that's the second journey. So that's how we started. I developed a team. From Amity itself, almost 8 people. And then we took it to a level where in the next 4 years, we were the first person to give our, standard to BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. So it was the first time in 32 years that Bureau of Indian Standards took a standard from any other agency for thinking that it can convert into a standard, like from that base standard. So our standard went to the FAT committee. It was there with the FAT committee. The review was there. In between this time, Bureau Veritas, if you know Bureau Veritas, we got a call from Bureau Veritas that Bureau Veritas has accepted our standard for worldwide. So now what happens is, so from inception, the second जो आपका पड़ाव होता है, वो होता है when you decide that you have to do it, and then you have to set goals, and those goals are those particular steps which you take, these baby steps. There are giant steps which you take to actually make a particular standard to a level where it becomes a product for the world market. So this is the third step which I'm sharing with you. Now the fourth one. So what happens now? The standard is there. It is accredited by 4 big companies of the world: DNV, UL, Bureau Veritas, BSI. They are all selling They are all selling our standards worldwide. And we got accredited to IAF also during that time. So now the product is ready. Now, how do you find the client? Because what happens is you may make the best of the products, but if there is no clientele, what will you do about it? You need to find clients. You need to have people to use it. So then the first user for Satvik certifications in the restaurant category was ITC Hotels. So ITC had a feature called Vega. They have a feature called Vega, which is a 100% pure vegetarian restaurant in their 3 most prominent properties in India. One in Taj Bengal, the other one in Narmada, and the third one is Chennai Chola. These are all very, very big properties and the most luxurious properties of ITC. Now, the first certification, we are selling it to ITC. Now there is a benchmark which happens. So whenever you develop a product, you make a product as a food entrepreneur, whenever you are making a product, you should always take care where you are selling it. The first buyer from us was ITC. So the hierarchy went from up to down. So what happened after now? Almost 4 years. I think we completed 4 years with ITC now. But during this time, we have all the big hotel names with us. You name it: Hyatt, Taj, Radisson's, Novotel, all the big names with us. Vegetarian, or you can say a small vegetarian, a venture in any of their hotels, they will have. You can just check right now. You can just Google Novotel. That Novotel Jodhpur is world's first 100% certified vegetarian hotels. They even use the grease of the hotel being used, or any cleaning agent of the hotel they are using, is all vegan by nature. No animal product. So the benchmark, I'm coming back to what a food entrepreneur must have in his mind is when you are developing a product, you have to see where your product is going to be used, and which area are you selling that product. right? Now, after these brands coming in, what happened was IRCTC, everybody knows IRCTC. IRCTC got a check with us and said that why don't you do why don't you please come and audit our kitchens? All the vegetarian food going to the trains like Duronto, Rajdhanis, why can't you please come and do that? So it was a big project for us. I think this is the third year. And then we did the first Delhi base kitchen. Almost 8,000 meals per day, vegetarian certified, were carrying our stickers to the passengers every day. So these are certain benchmarks where your product can come into. You have to always see your product's usability. So if you're manufacturing a RTE, if you're getting inside, vegan products, if you're getting inside, so you need to know your consumers. And ultimately, it is all about customers. It is not about yourself. So the pitch behind the motto behind Satvik is that we always see what we are doing with our customers. We never take profit from our customers. We always take profit from the floor, whatever is happening. So we always, and there are a lot of freebies which we give, or a lot of trainings which we give. There are a lot of consciousness programs which we have around Satvik. So what I'm trying to explain you right now is that when you are designing a product, especially for the food and HoReCa industry, like we are into the certification business, so we typically understand where the food is going. And this was a vision almost 10 years back. When I came to India, I typically could have, I was feeling that, in the next 4 or 5 years, there's going to be a huge boom in this particular industry, in the food industry. And which I saw and which was right. So you can imagine ITC by the end of this year is getting 3,500 more keys. More keys means more rooms. 3,500. It means that there should be at least 200 plus properties, in that particular phase, in that particular area. So when the HoReCa increases, the hotel increases. Obviously, the requirement of food products will increase. Obviously, the requirement of the other entire, and the requirement of certification will also increase. So we're doing a second hotel, probably already the audit is planned in April first week. This place is in Saputara and it is Radisson Saputara, which is going to be the another next Indian property, which is going to be 100% pure vegetarian. No, not even eggs allowed in the property. So this is how we come into the domain. And today we are actually, I think we are touching almost, 5 million people a day, per day, through our products, through our basic services, through our trainings. And that is where I typically make people, always make people understand that, whenever you are trying to make a brand, whenever you think that you want to get inside or be a part of this of a particular startup, you always need to see the background. You always have to please check where the industry is going to be in the next 10 years. And food, I think food is going to be very, very critical in India, very critical. Food safety is another area which is going to be really booming, because that is the place. I think food safety is going to be the next big thing in India. Because as the retail is maturing, you are seeing all these small kirana stores are going down, and companies like Zepto are picking up, and there is no mechanism where you can actually check the food. So whenever you think, or any of you are really interested to come with our startups, because we do startups every 6-8 months. So whenever we have time, we always take out some kind of a product from our stream, actually, which is into food safety, and we derive a small business out of it and give that startup to somebody to run it. It's been a while. We've been doing it for the last almost 4 or 5 years now. So Satvik is now moved on to Singapore. We are aligned with WSQ Singapore, because operative in almost 9 countries, including the Southeast Asian countries, and probably will be operational by the end of this year. We'll start our operations in Saudi Arabia, because that's a huge market for us. So eventually, I'm just going to end my presentation, or probably, whatever, a small talk, whatever discussion, whatever I had with you guys, is that, whenever you feel, today I think India is the right place to start up. It is a very right place. You have the consumers, you have the opportunity. The cost is very low. Today I know what is the cost of operations in Singapore. I know that, right? The market consumability is immense here. People are ready to actually experiment. So you can see there are a lot of neighborhood markets who are actually selling their products through Facebook. There's some social media. So I could remember there was a small vegan brand called Natier, I think. And they basically they started up with a house. In their house they were manufacturing everything. So but we could not certify them because our stand they would not be able to fall under our standards. But then at the end of the day, they were selling very good. They are selling very good from a small startup. Now they are, I think they've crossed almost, their sales have crossed almost about 10 to 15 lakhs a month. And this is a very small market. So you can imagine how big is the Horeca market available in India today. Yeah. With this, I would firstly invite you all to please like our page, go to our social media accounts, search for us in the Google. For us, you will be able to understand more. Go to Wikipedia, search about the subject, so you'll be able to understand, what we are, who we are, and probably we are inviting you to please Satvik always has opened up small entrepreneurship, programs. Probably we'll be doing one very very soon by next year, or sorry, by next month. So probably I think the links will be on and it will be always circulated by the university itself. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for providing your insights on Satvik and your journey. I extend my warm welcome and invite to stage our speaker, Professor Dr. Sanjay Bhayana, Professor, Department of Food, Business Management and Entrepreneurship Development, NIFTM, Kundli, Haryana, India. Sir has completed his PhD in Business Management from Guru Jambeshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Sir specializes in corporate governance, marketing, and human resource management. Sir has several publications in various national and international journals of repute. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Can you insert this? Yeah. निकाल दो उसको निकाल दो टूट ना जाए इधर जाना दे without without हेलो हाँ बोलो मिनिमम आ जाओ बोल तो बोल ये सुनील आज लाइट नहीं दिखेगी सर, प्रिंटर इस पे दे दूं, उस पर दिखाना तो वहाँ लाइट नहीं दिखेगी, इस पे इट्स नॉट वर्किंग anyhow. uh, uh Very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable session chair Mr. Vishwas, and my dear colleagues and students. Before I start, I would like to extend my thanks to the organizers, those who have invited me for this particular task. Dear friends, post-lunch sessions are usually difficult. Why it is so? Because you know very well that after taking lunch, we are not feeling comfortable to sit and listen the sessions. But I'll try that. I would like to connect you, and of course, I would like to try to connect you with not only in English, rather in Hindi also. Few of the things I am going to discuss with you, I will dialogue with you so that you may able to understand the purpose which I have come here to deliberate my session. It is not working. It's not moving forward. I don't know. Yeah, now it is okay. Yeah. Dear friends, I am going to talk on a very, very important issue which the organizers have given me, that is called as food entrepreneurs. I presume that in this particular hall, we will be having 2, 3 type of people. One, those who would like to start their, say, venture. The second important type of people may be those who have already started their venture in the process stage also. So my presentation is going to deal with all those people. The agenda for the discussion for today's presentation would be, I'm going to talk about some of the prominent startups in India. What are the startup opportunities? I'm going to discuss about the branding also, as Mr. Vishwas has already discussed about that. Yes, branding is very, very important. I'll talk about the packaging part also. Talk about the food startups where the lot of innovation is required. What is the present ecosystem available in India regarding startups? I'll talk about the government support available for the startups. And in order to become a entrepreneur, what are the important points required? So these all are the things which I am going to cover in my presentation. Before I move ahead, anybody may recognize the face? Yeah, rightly spoken. Yes, who's anybody raise your hand? Who has spoken? Who has given reply? He is Mr. Ritesh Agarwal, and he is the CEO and founder of the Oyo's Hotel. Dear friends, I am going to discuss that yes, what is the common all about in these people. The first thing you should say, have a glance on these personalities. These are the prominent startups
nowadays these are the prominent companies as well. You may identify this person also. Anybody from the audience? हम डेली जो है वी यूज टू ड्रिंक एक कोई जूस लेते हैं. आई एम गिविंग यू हिंट, आई एम गिविंग यू क्लू. हु इज दैट? आपने पेपर बोट का नाम सुना होगा. ही इज नीरज कक्कड़ फ्रॉम पेपर बोट. ही इज द सीईओ ऑफ द पेपर बोट. द अनदर पर्सन इज देयर, Kentaro MD Mahesh Gupta. He is the founder of the Thyrocare. There may be number of other startups also, you know very well, Zomato, Swiggy, Fresh Menu. We will be having a Hunger Box, Swiggy. The question arises, what is common in all those people? ऐसा क्या चीज है? The first thing you can see that is called as a zeal or spark. You know, if I talk about the Oyo's chairman, the founder of the Oyo's, you know, when he used to, कई बार वो होटल में जाते थे तो he was facing lot of problem. अब हुआ क्या, problems फेस की तो उसने सोचा कि I should come up with some venture, कोई स्टार्टअप लेके आऊं. अब उसके लिए उसने क्या किया, कम से कम 1000 होटल्स में उसने रात गुजार के ये देखा कि क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स फेस आती हैं. उसके बाद he has sorted out all those problems and come up with this venture. Similarly, if you talk about the Neeraj Kakkad, अब हुआ क्या, everybody when he was thinking about to come up with any venture, कोई कोल्ड ड्रिंक बेवरेज का लेके आने की बात सोच रहे थे, तो बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें थी उसके माइंड में कि अगर ये लेके आया तो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ कंपटीशन अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट, देन हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू सर्वाइव. उसने क्या सोचा कि हम कोई ऐसी चीज पे काम करते हैं जो कि मार्केट में कॉम्पिटिटर्स नहीं लेके आए. इसीलिए उन्होंने दे हैव वर्कड ऑन द ट्रेडिशनल प्रोडक्ट्स, ट्रेडिशनल ड्रिंक्स, जिसमें सत्तू वाटर, कांजी पानी, जलजीरा, ये सारी चीजें, सो दैट वी मे सर्वाइव इन द मार्केट. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो है वो है सम कॉज और रीजन बिहाइंड इट. अगर हम बात करें महेश गुप्ता की, जो केंटारो के फाउंडर रहे हैं, आपको उसकी अगर स्टोरी पता चले तो यू विल बी सरप्राइज. उसका बेटा बीमार हो गया था और उसकी वजह से ही हैज कम अप विद दिस वेंचर. उसको जो है इस केंटारो को लेके आना पड़ा. They have established the brand. You know, everybody is aware about that. Nowadays, paper boat ले लीजिए, चाहे आप ओयोस का होटल्स ले लीजिए, एक ब्रांड है. सभी ने देखा है सब इस चीज को. Why I am showing this picture here? वो लड़की है, हर एक किसी घर में पहुंच जाती है. क्या पूछती है? क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है? Why I am showing this picture? Because for any of the venture, if you wish to start, the first important thing is this one, that is called as a market research. Students, let I tell you, अगर आप कोई भी अपना बिजनेस शुरू करना चाह रहे हैं, the first thing should come to your mind that कि क्या होना क्या चाहिए, तो you should start with the market research. Survey is very, very important. I'll give you one example. One of my friend wishes to start a business of a local area. Take an example of this Noida, this sector 125. और उस वहां पे क्या हुआ, वो कहता है मुझे एक लॉन्ड्री का बिजनेस शुरू करना है. अब हुआ क्या कि वहां पे मैंने उसको सजेस्ट किया कि यस, हाउ मच इन्वेस्टमेंट इज देयर. ही सेड कि 10 लाख रुपीज. मैंने कहा नहीं चला तो कहता 6 महीने के बाद बेच के 5 लाख रुपए में बेच दूंगा इसको. मैंने कहा कि ये तो बहुत अच्छा बिजनेस है, 10 लाख रुपीज यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड और 5 लाख रुपए में. So he said कि what should I do? I suggested him you should go by the market research first. Market research is the pillar of any of the business. कोई भी आप काम शुरू करें, हमने एक क्वेश्चनर बनाया, लोगों से उसको फिल करवाया, and we will surprise that when the results have come. Hardly people were interested to start to buy the things from the that particular laundry market. Then that is a benchmark. If you take an example of, how many of you have heard about Dainik Bhaskar newspaper? सुना है सभी ने? दैनिक भास्कर जो है राजस्थान में इट वॉज वेरी पॉपुलर. अब हुआ क्या कि जब वो हरियाणा में पंजाब में लेके आने वाले थे तो उन्होंने क्या किया, दे हैव कंडक्टेड अ वेरी वेरी डेप्थ रिसर्च. उसके बाद दे हैव कैप्चर्ड दे रीच टू ईच एंड एवरी नुक एंड कॉर्नर. हर एक घर में पहुंचे, हर एक पर्सन से बात किया, यस आप क्या चाहते हैं, कौन सा न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं, क्या प्राइस है. So, my dear friends, one thing is very, very important for the business, for any of the person who would like to start its venture, that is called as a market research. The another important thing is the creativity, novelty of the product. Dear friends, mostly आपने देखा होगा, mostly you might have seen that जो पेपर बोट का आपका जो बॉटल है उसका why it is unique. Why it is popular? Because they are having a unique cap also. प्रॉब्लम क्या आती थी टेट्रा पैक में या बड़ी बॉटल में कि उसका कैप मिसप्लेस हो गया या कुछ मिस हो गया, बट दे हैव कम अप विद यूनिक पैकिंग ऑल्सो. सो this is a very very important thing for any of the entrepreneur, any of the foodpreneur, that yes, whenever you should come up with, the thing should be the unique one. Third thing I am going to discuss later because it is a part of this is called as DPR, detailed project report, also for any of the entrepreneur. Because here we are talking about the food related entrepreneurs. So here I am going to discuss about, I have taken one example related to millets. So there are few opportunities available for the people, those who would like to start their venture in the millet area. We are having a different type of recipes and dishes available. Many of our students also, they have started this type of venture also, and that is related to millet pancakes, millet salad, and millet soup also. And how it has to be prepared, that is already mentioned here itself. We are having few other snacks and beverages also. I have mentioned about the millet granola bar, milk also, smoothies also, and most important thing is millet beer. So these four things you can start with a very, very small stage and induct in the form of business. If you wish to know more about, you can refer to this website which is called as Food Entrepreneur. Students, when you talk about, dear friends, as in my agenda I have already clearly mentioned, I am talking about the brand or branding. The question arises, what exactly the meaning of brand is? But before coming to that what exactly the brand is, please see this picture. सुबह से लेकर शाम तक जो है, सुबह में जब 6 बजे उठता हूं तो मुझे जिलेट रेजर शेविंग क्रीम चाहिए, 7 बजे आई नीड कोलगेट ऑल्सो, 8 बजे मुझे मिल्क चाहिए. जब तक मैं सो नहीं जाता तब तक जो है मैं ब्रांड के साथ जूझता रहता हूं. आई एम एनकाउंटरिंग फेसिंग ब्रांड्स. देखिए 10 बजे भी जो है रात को द मैट्रेसेस विच आई एम यूजिंग दैट इज ऑफ एनी ब्रांड. क्या है क्या? अगर हम ब्रांड की बात करें, ये सारे जो ब्रांड्स हैं, एक डायरेक्टरी है, यू कैन रेफर टू दिस वेबसाइट विच इज कॉल्ड एज branddirectory.com, और उसमें क्लियरली लिखा है कि देखिए ब्रांड भारत के 10 कौन से टॉप नॉच ब्रांड्स हैं जिनकी वैल्यू है. आप ये देखिए, ये मैंने इसमें 2 फिगर्स दिखाई हैं. दिस इज अ फिगर ऑफ द 2018 एंड एट द टॉप Tata Group is at first. Similar figures are with me also. If you would like to see 22, 22, 23 figure is also with me. That is at the top Tata Group is there. Earlier it was also at number 1. Then we will be having AMIFOST and all that. And on the right side we have mentioned about what is the market capitalization and what is the rating of that particular brand also. What is a brand? It may be name, term, logo, symbol, which distinguish the product from their own products and from the competitors also. Students, on the right side, you might be viewing that I have mentioned different type of soaps also. Lux, Lifebuoy. आपने देखा होगा एक व्हाइट कलर का सोप आता है मिल्क वाला, अगर उसके ऊपर कुछ भी नहीं लिखा जाए, कोई भी रैपर नहीं लगाया जाए, what would happen? You will not be able to identify, recognize. कौन हमारे को रिकॉग्नाइज कराता है? ओनली ब्रांड इज हियर. ये हमाम है, ये लक्स है, ये लाइफ बॉय है. हिंदुस्तानी यूनिलीवर लिमिटेड के प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, एचयूएल के. ये सारे के सारे जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, ये कंपटीटर्स के प्रोडक्ट से तो अलग करते ही करते हैं. ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड वी आर हैविंग वन मोर टाइप ऑफ सोप इज देयर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज फियामा डेविल्स का है. फियामा डेविल्स है आईटीसी का प्रोडक्ट. आईटीसी के प्रोडक्ट के साथ भी अलग करना है तो भी मुझे आई नीड ब्रांड. सो व्हाट ब्रांड इज? इट्स अ नेम, टर्म, साइन और सिंबल, कुछ भी हो सकता है, और मिक्सचर ऑफ एनी देम आल्सो व्हिच डिस्टिंग्विश द प्रोडक्ट्स फ्रॉम देयर ओन प्रोडक्ट्स एज वेल एज फ्रॉम द कॉम्पिटिटर्स आल्सो. एक बार ये देखिए ब्रांडिंग का. जैसे एक बेबी घर में जन्म लेता है, हम उसका नाम रख देते हैं कुछ ना कुछ XYZ. उसी तरह से जब कोई ब्रांड अगर जन्म लेता है, उसका नाम रख देते हैं. इसको आप बोलते हैं कि वो ब्रांडेड प्रोडक्ट है, और लास्ट में वो एक ब्रांड बन गया और उसका जो है ब्रांडेड प्रोडक्ट है. अच्छा, एक चीज और बताना विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू नो, आजकल कंपनीज जो हैं, दे आर गोइंग टू एनी एक्सटेंट टू एस्टैब्लिश द ब्रांड. दे कैन गो टू एनी एक्सटेंट. आई लाइक टू शो यू वन स्मॉल वीडियो, प्लीज सी. देखो जस्ट can you just switch on to? I am showing you a small 2-3 minutes video which will clearly depict that how the companies are going to establish their brands. सबसे नीचे वाला लास्ट. Yeah. Stop.
Diarrhea still kills 1.1 million children annually in developing countries. Lifebuoy believes this can be averted. The Mahakumbh Mela India 2013, the largest religious festival on the planet. Over 100 million people come here to pray together, live together, and eat together. Lifebuoy soap. So this perfect opportunity to convey an important message. Always wash your hands with soap before you eat. Medium, the roti or Indian bread. Served with almost every Indian meal. And the only way to eat it is with your hands. We created a stamp capable of leaving a simple message on a roti. Did you wash your hands with Lifebuoy? Over 30 days, a team of 100 people stood in 100 kitchens, stamping over 2.5 million fresh rotis. Helping us to reach out over 5 million visitors at the Mahakumbh Mela. So, will people remember to wash their hands before their next meal? Let's pray they do.
Well, students, my dear friends, probably you have extracted something out of it. There may be number of things we can get out of it. One, like how the companies are going. The second important thing which I used to discuss among the students, that is the negative side of this particular thing as well. Now, if you see, जो चपाती है हमारी उसके ऊपर छोटा सा भी कुछ आ जाए तो हम उसको नहीं कंज्यूम करते, बट हाउ दे आर प्लेइंग विद द दिस चपातीज एंड ऑल दैट, यू कैन इमेजिन. एक जो हीट स्टैम्प है उसको जब आप यू आर गोइंग टू पुट ऑन द चपातीज तो उससे कितना नुकसान होने वाला है. वी हैव नॉट foresee the results as well. So this is a second thing. So anyhow, my purpose was to show you this particular thing. Coming back to my presentation. Dear friends, we were talking about brand. ब्रांड की वैल्यू भी है. ब्रांड एक नेम, टर्म, सिंबल भी हो सकता है. यू कैन सी ये नीली चिड़िया जो है, यू माइट हैव सीन, बट नाउ इट हैज बीन चेंज्ड. बट देखते ही हमें पता चल जाता था व्हाट इट शोज, हाउ फ्रॉम वेयर, हाउ इट इज रिलेटेड टू व्हाट टाइप ऑफ ब्रांड. You talk about the right symbol, and of course we all are familiar about the last one, which is called as an apple sign. So these all are the brands. Question arises, how we have to create the brand? It must be differentiated. दूसरों से अलग होगा तो हम establish कर पाएंगे. Meaningful होना चाहिए. It must be longevity. ऐसा नहीं है कि today you have thought that I am going to use this brand, tomorrow after 1 month you are going to change. The fourth important thing is it must be having some images as well. And last but not least, आप कोई भी brand, whatsoever the brand you may choose for your particular venture, particular product, it must be trademarkable. It must be able to say take the license of the same. अगर कोई ऐसा है जो कि किसी और का है या चोरी किया हुआ है या कुछ और प्रॉब्लम आ रही है उसमें, ट्रेड मार्केबल नहीं है, तो यू कैन नॉट यूज इट. Now not moving. I don't know. Yeah. Dear friends, in order to make the brand, we are having a different type of strategies also. Here I have mentioned about two type of strategies. One is called as immediate strategies and long-term strategies. If you would like to expand, I mean to say immediate your brand, you have to expand the local customer base. If you wish to go for long-term strategies, you must having a brand awareness also, as I have already mentioned it, how you can create the brand awareness with the help of these type of things. As Mr. Vishwas has also already discussed about, yes, you should go for different type of using social media handles as well. That is a perfect way for using these promoting your brands. Different type of promotional strategies also, tactics are also there. Branding collateral, health awareness campaigns you can use, interactive engagements, and of course supply chain integration. And online present is very, very important. Nowadays it is free of cost also, you can use it. Dear friends, आप एक बार इसको, this particular slide is very, very important. Please see. This is the, आपका अच्छा ब्रांड बनाना ही इमीडिएटली क्या है, उसके लिए आपके नकली प्रोडक्ट्स भी बनने शुरू हो गए. लेफ्ट साइड में देखिए, किटकैट का जो कौन से लिखा हुआ है, व्हाट इज मेंशन्ड एज kicker. If you talk about the Coca-Cola, we are having the similar type of product which is called as Coca-Cola. Dear friends, what I would like to convey that there are two types of products, make and fake products. So you have to face challenges in the market also, that how if these products are available in the market, duplicate products are available in the market. If you are say established entrepreneur, established brand, then how you are going to deal with these people as well? That is a separate issue for the discussion. Coming to the like as I have told you that different type of brands are in the market as I was talking about the millet products. So packaging is very important. I have already mentioned that how this Neeraj Kakkar product paper board has come up with a unique packaging. So if you are launching your product related to millet and all that, I would like to tell you that how you are going to use this packaging. So different type of products you can make as an entrepreneur. I am giving you hint, I am giving you clue here. Ragi laddu is there, millet murka is there, bajra biscuits, organic millets are there, millet noodles are there. We are having a different type of products as well. Just hold on. Dear friends, the organization from where I belongs to the institution, that is NIFTM is there. So we are like coming up with these type of products as well. This is a product which is called as a multi-grain chips also with the help of basically millets. So you can develop similar kind of products at this level also. And of course, what type of product need, what type of package, that is a different issue. So until unless you do not have, we are having this type of packaging. So similarly, you can use for your or products also as per the requirement of the product. So I have already mentioned that if you are having a finger millets also, finger millet drinks, so accordingly you can manufacture. We are having a good packaging facilities. If somebody would like to take the help of related to packaging, they are most welcome to our institution. What are the different startup innovations required or area of innovations are there where your intervention is required? So here, yeah, just 2 minutes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm completing. We are having a recipe and cookie community, recipe books, search, publishers. So there is a long list where you can establish your food venture in these areas. Nowadays, these are the new areas, or you can say trends about food entrepreneurs. Digital platform is very important. Sustainability, yes, they are न्यू जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं वो सस्टेनेबिलिटी की तरफ जा रहे हैं. ऐसा कोई प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना रहे जिससे कि एनवायरनमेंट को जो है कोई हार्म पहुंचे. Strong branding is very important. Food safety and quality, because FSSAI has clearly given the instructions. अगर आपने देखा होगा एक बार क्या है, जो हम डिप वाली चाय भी पीते हैं उसमें जो चाय जो डिप किया जाता है, चाय का जो पोटली है उसमें पहले क्या था, एक स्टेपलर का पिन हुआ करता था. उस स्टेपलर की पिन के ऊपर भी FSSAI ने दे है पुट द ऑब्जेक्शंस आल्सो. व्हाई इट इज सो? आजकल आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, जैसे स्ट्रॉ की बात करें, पहले प्लास्टिक का स्ट्रॉ था. सो सिमिलरली अगर हम बात करें कि आजकल जितने भी प्लास्टिक की बॉटल्स हैं उसको जो है दे हैव रिमूव्ड एंड ऑल दैट. मोस्टली क्या है, अभी जितनी भी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस हैं, इन अवर कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑल्सो हमने क्या किया कि वी हैव कम अप विद द जो आपकी ग्लास बॉटल्स हैं या ग्लास की कोई भी किस तरह के कंटेनर्स हैं उसको यूज किया जाए. सो दीज आर फ्यू ऑफ द इंटरवेंशंस वेयर a startup can go for. If you talk about the startup ecosystem in India, you see why emerging startup nation is here. Because of these reasons, we are at the third ranking among global startup system. ज्यादातर यूथ जो है 28 ईयर्स के करीब है, 28 से नीचे हैं, दोज हु आर स्टार्टिंग देयर ऑन वेंचर्स। और अभी तक जो है इंडिया में 1100 इंक्यूबेटर स्टार्ट किए गए हैं। और अगर आप बात करें कि टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन प्रोडक्ट्स की, तो इंडिया का सेकंड नंबर है आफ्टर अमेरिका। इंडिया का स्टार्टअप हब जो है दैट इज मूव्स अराउंड दीज सिटीज। इसमें मैंने लिखा है कि दिल्ली एनसीआर में 30% है, बेंगलुरु में 24% है, 18% इन द मुंबई। So the purpose of showing this even is from where most of the people are coming to come up with their own startups. In order to देखिए इस startup ecosystem के लिए what are the factors there? Because we are having a ease of doing business, entrepreneurship, education. Every university, every college, every school, they have come up with this system also. Felicitation from the different angles, and of course awareness is also increasing. Government support is also there. Dear friends, this is very very important. अगर आप बात करें ब्रांडिंग एंड मार्केटिंग की, अगर कोई अपना कोई भी स्टार्टअप शुरू करना चाहता है, देन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्रीज MFPI जो है उसको सपोर्ट करती है। तो यहाँ पे मैंने बिकॉज आई हैव डेलिब्रेटेड, आई हैव गिवन माय प्रेजेंटेशन ऑन ब्रांडिंग एंड मार्केटिंग। तो ब्रांडिंग एंड मार्केटिंग के ऊपर बहुत अच्छी सपोर्ट अवेलेबल है फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट साइड। If somebody would like to see, तो ये जो है this is the website of the this government of Ministry of Food Processing Industries. You can refer to that website and avail the benefits also. This one. So different type of facilities are available. Government की तरफ से lot of initiatives are there available for coming up with the food startups and different other startups also. In order to become an entrepreneur, you are supposed to have these skills as well. 9 the important है ही है, my dear friends. The last one is also important. The last one is opportunities. जैसे सूर्य अस्त होता है, सनराइज है, अगर आप लेट तक सोए रहेंगे तो सूर्य का मजा नहीं ले पाएंगे। Similarly, opportunities जो है these are available in the market for new people, young people to start their own venture. If you are not going to avail the opportunities, you will lose. That's it. The opportunity is there. कल परसों में एक पेपर पढ़ रहा था. This is another important last slide. That is, in order to जो भी उभरते हुए entrepreneurs हैं, ये 5 जो हैं important suggestions given by Harvard Business Review. HBR बहुत important एक जर्नल आता है, everybody knows. इसमें ना सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज देखिए, उसने लिखा है कि यू फाइंड आउट द प्रॉब्लम जिसको डील करना चाह रहे हैं। सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, यू मस्ट एस्टैब्लिश योर रोल एज एन प्रमोटर, क्या होना चाहिए। थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, डोंट अकेले मत चलो, यू मस्ट फॉर्म अ टीम। फोर्थ इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग है कि हाउ यू गोइंग टू हेल्प द पीपल। एंड fifth is very very important, my dear friends, my dear colleagues. That is, आप इसको साइड बिजनेस की तरह मत लीजिए। अगर आपको लगता है कि साइड बिजनेस है, मैं नौकरी भी करता रहूं, कोई और भी काम करता रहूं, तो फॉरगेट अबाउट ऑल दोस थिंग्स। सो दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड। थैंक यू वेरी मच। Yeah, any question, please? I'll be happy to. Later. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. You just.
After this session, once we'll through with the other 2 speakers, then we'll take up the questions. Thank you, sir, for such an insightful presentation. We have been joined with 2 our speakers through online. It is my honor to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Prabodh Halde, Health, Global Regulatory, Public Policy and Advocacy, Marico Industries, Mumbai, India. With over 30 years of dynamic experience across multiple industries, Sir has built a career rooted in food safety regulatory, excellence and innovation. As a head of regulatory affairs at Marico Limited for 18 years, Sir has led initiatives that ensure compliance and drive forward thinking strategies in food technology. Sir has taken up a key leadership roles as such as chairman for the advancement of small and medium businesses, past president of AFST India, chairman of AIFPA Maharashtra, joint secretary of C India, and treasurer of PFNDI. Sir has been a member of Niti Aayog Empowered Group from 2020 to 2021. Sir is a part of State Food Safety Committee for Gujarat Government 2022 and 23. He is supporting food startups and mentor for over 20 to 30 food startups, and through trusted group activity, he is supporting and mentoring over 200 startups and students. Sir is also a member of subcommittee of Ayush Ministry for COVID Task Group, and they have published Ayush COVID guidelines. He is Research Council member of CSIR, CFTRI, and IIFT Tanjore under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. An accomplished motivational and technical speaker, he has delivered more than 200 seminars and lectures at different conferences across India and abroad on food processing, quality, and food safety. He has represented India 6 times for Codex meeting from the year 2012 to 2021. His chosen area of expertise is food safety and food regulation. As recognition of his expertise, he was selected to be part of PMO visit delegation to Tajikistan as a food industry expert in June 2015. In May 2017, Sir was invited by US State Departments for 21 days for exchange program at USA as food safety expert under Leadership Exchange Program. Sir is also a recipient of Global Food Safety Award 2018 and Outstanding Regulatory Award 2018 by IFA India. He has been also awarded by MIT University Pune for Outstanding Personality Award in 2019. He got National Safety Eat Right Award 2019 in Professional by FSACI. It is an honor that we have been joined by Sir through online mode and being a part of 8th AMIFOST 2025. I welcome you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a fantastic introduction, and I really thanks to the management or our university session chair, Dr. Abhishek Biswas, sir. Your talk was fantastic. Dr. Sanjay Bhayana, sir, Professor V.K. Modi, sir, and all the dignitaries of the college. Also, dear students, I request if someone can put up my presentation, so it will be good.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, both the speakers I heard, actually I was hearing the presentation, and just previous to me, the professor from NIFTAM talked very good about the startups, and that is one of my expertise area. And also the life journey of sir, and that was such a motivating to listen to him, and why India is now ready for the startup and you can venture out. So I just want to know how many students are sitting in the conference room.
Sir, there are around 150 to 200 students here, and same joint online.
Okay, great. Can you put my presentation, please?
So we are putting up.
Yeah. And what about lunchtime? They have been given a lunchtime or?
Yes, sir. We are through with the lunchtime.
Great. Okay, friends, I will not take much time. I have been. It's okay. 20 minutes is okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I request that please, if it's possible to complete the presentation in 15 minutes.
Okay, I will finish in 15 minutes. Okay, you tell me, no issues. So, whoever is handling my presentation, the moment I said next, please do it next without any delay.
Okay, sir.
So, friends, I really thankful to the MIT University, and I'm going to talk about the quality and food safety mindset. Why it is important to have a mindset. If we want to have a growth mindset, if you want to success in life, your mindset is very important. Everyone, whoever wants to successful, and the sitting, all those students are sitting. I just want to have in a big voice. You want to be successful or not? Say yes or no loudly. Let everybody hear this. Say yes. Hello? Can I hear yes? Do you want to be successful in life? Ma'am, are they saying yes or?
Yes, sir.
Are they saying yes or they are not saying yes?
Yes, sir. Everyone saying yes.
Oh, great. Next, please. How many of you have done in your life taking the risk and doing something extra, watching the film one day before the exam, plucking the fruit without permission, the nearby neighbor's mango tree, traveling solo without reservation or with the friends, but taking the risk of traveling without reservation? And how many have done traveling solo to the distances and engaging with the nature or the forest? If all the 4 activities, if you have done in your school or college time, raise the hand. I would like to know how many hands have been raised in the hall. Please do that. All the 4, including teachers. अभिषेक सर, आप भी कर सकते हो ऊपर अगर आपने किया है तो. How many hands, ma'am?
Sir, around half the crowd, sir.
Oh, great. So you are all, what it shows that one of the factor. Yes, sir, want to say something. Sorry. Yes, sir.
So we've done that a lot of times in school, lot of times.
So that's why you are successful, na? One of the factor to make a entrepreneur is risk-taking ability. बाकी सब ज्ञान है. Knowledge of food technology, food science, business का knowledge, सब कुछ अलग. लेकिन risk-taking ability जिसके life में है, if one can take a risk, and that is calculated risk. It is not a blind risk, calculated risk. Then you have that X factor, and this is, boys and girls, आपके लाइफ में कोजी एटमॉस्फेयर छोड़ के रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटी सीखो, आप बहुत प्रगति करेंगे, वेदर इन द रिसर्च, वेदर इन द स्टार्टअप, वेदर इन द जॉब, और वेदर इन एनी एरिया. Next slide, please. I am going to tell you a very important aspect of the quality mindset and food safety mindset. These are both important for your job, for your career, for your startup. Next, please. Little fast. We have been hearing the story of Ramayana and Mahabharata, and these are the great scientific and historical actually evidences, and we have to learn from that. And why the quality is important. If you want to do startup, if you want to do the business, if you want to do job in any of the company, if your product is not of good quality, if your services are not of good quality, you will be out. And it started with the example of Mahabharata. If the maintenance of the chariot would have been completed right time, this whole Mahabharata, Karna would not have been died because of the faulty. Even the quality inspection, the Shabri has tested each and every bear before giving it to Lord Ram. So quality is very important in our life. I would say that most of the brands, they fail in future, and they could not make their future because of the lack of quality, trust, and quality mindset. Next slide, please. Fast. Next. So, please, next, karo, pura slide there. I request you, India is a great country. Wherever I travel, I try to capture the historical aspect of the India. And India is such a great country. We have so many temples, so many forts, so many historical evidences where there are some constructions. Look at the quality of the construction, and we need to appreciate the quality mindset of the people. Then those who constructed, like if you visit the Ellora, the Shiva temple, which was constructed by one rock, and that is actually underneath. It is not like top, it is below. Amazing structure. So what it shows, only quality will get appreciated. Rest everything is a gang. Your PR will not get appreciated. Your brand my earlier speaker talked about brand. But to me, if you have a quality, your brand continue. If you do not have quality and you do only popularity of the brand, without having quality, there is an accident is going to happen. Next, please. Fast. The journey of the quality evaluation in the industrial, the quality control to quality assurance to the total quality management. Now we talk about total quality management. We do not talk about quality control. There is no controlling exercise. ये चोर और पुलिस का गेम नहीं है. Next, please. Now it is a total quality management. What is the definition of quality? Next, please. Fast. What is the definition of quality? Quality is not something. Quality is a very important aspect of the product, business, personality. And I like the definition by Giron. Giron had said fitness to purpose of use. It is not about higher or lower. It is a fitness to the purpose. So important definition. So there is nothing called high quality, low quality. It is all about fitness. Like if you go to the shopkeeper of vegetable, you will buy the best of the best quality of the fruits, you pay highest money. A person who comes at the end of the day and could be a laborer, he choose to buy a inferior quality for you, but for him best at the lower price. That is also quality. So do not get misconcept about one is bad, one is good. For him, that is the only good. I give my shirt after using to one of my watchmen. For him, that is the quality. He is so happy. I have adopted 25 girls and boys at my village, the tribal, and we actually collect the clothes and the shoes, the running shoes after use and give it to them. Look at their charm on the face. They are so happy. That happiness I don't see even my daughter and my son when I purchase 10,000 rupees of shoes. They after one use, they say, no, it's not good. Quality is nothing to do with the price. It is about the utilization, utility. Next, please. So it's a very great story of, Paulson, the person who started the butter. And then there is a Amul who came in. Dr. Kurian's story. If you read the Kurian's biography, they have explained it so nicely. Paulson used to Paulson used to collect the cream and make the butter. And that is a stale milk. But during that, he developed the aeration technique and then he used to add some of the salt to cover the taste. But that particular taste got so adopted, people started liking that taste, though it was a stale taste. And when Amul introduced the butter, which was the fresh cream, people rejected it, saying that it is a bad quality. Look at the psyche of the people. People felt that the stale butter by Paulson is actually the fresh butter. Then Amul has to add the salt and make it little creamier, and then they introduce. So this is a great example. Quality nothing to do with it's a perceived by the consumer. That is the quality. But one should not compromise the food safety. That is a separate angle. Next, please. All these brands, they are today there because of their quality. And consumer has perceived them for one thing. And one aspect, my previous professor spoke so well, but let me tell you one more angle. Indian people do not want their brand to play multiple roles. What I am saying, Amitabh Bachchan was a great actor, but when he actually contested the election in UP, he also won the election, but people didn't accept him as a politician and they said he is not a good politician. So people do not like 2-3 roles done by your brand. So your brand is known for one purpose, that has to be the purpose. Next, please, fast. Look at the whole country, Japan. Till 1950, when after the Second World War, the Japan was absolutely had huge negative worth. Then Japanese, they were aggressive population. Their leader have diverted their aggression into the positivity, and they do not have any resources like oil, coal, iron, ore or copper. But they understood one thing is the quality, and the rest is the history. Whenever you say Japan, you say, oh, Sony TV, quality. So everything Japan associated, we always say quality. So Japan has earned the reputation today on the quality. You as an individual also can earn the reputation as an individual brand. Oh, that girl, she is a quality. She always respect the time. Small things make you a brand, a quality brand, individual or the company. Next. What are the quality of these people when you see this quality of the people? Just look at the Shri Ratan Tata. What one word comes into the mind? Whoever can answer. One quality of this person, we differentiate. Fast. We have only 8 minutes to go. Fast. Anybody can say, ma'am, you can ask the students or the professors one word about each individual, one quality word. What that they bring the value on the table, what that quality they bring on the table. अभिषेक साहब आप भी बोल सकते हो.
The leadership.
Okay. Sachin. Okay. Sachin is a then Shri Modi, Abdul Kalam, one quality. Lata Mangeshkar, Amir Khan, Mr. Perfectionist. Shri Harsh Mariwala, our chairman, innovation. So, Abdul Kalam, the vision. His vision was amazing. So, friends, students, if you want to be successful in your life, please focus on your brand, personal brand, and what quality you want to pass it to the people. Do people should say that he or she does not respect time, or they are the cheater, or they are the bluffers? Is this the quality you want to get attached to? Please think about it and then start developing. Next. Friends, as a brand, if you want to make your brand successful, the trust, the culture is so important. Trust is so important in life. There are two aspects which cannot be purchased: trust and integrity. Please, whether you are poor or whether you are rich, the two aspects of the life should not be compromised. One is a trust and integrity. Transparency comes after the integrity, but trust is very important. So you should be accountable for your responsibility. Whatever you are doing it, you need to be accountable for it. We have to have a trust, and that should be over on the promises. One can make so many promises. I am so, and I'm big. But when it comes to the time, are you showing those promises? Involvement over commitment. You are committed, but are you involved? Involvement comes with personal. Commitment is external. It can delegate. Involvement cannot be delegated. It is me. Andar se aati awaaz. Culture is important. You please maintain the positive culture. The outcome of that will be amazing. And please choose the wise people. This is an old story. You know, these two people went to the Karan Johar's cafe, coffee with Karan, and they landed in a problem. It is all about wrong time, wrong person. Please understand, you should not be part of the people who will get attracted with some kind of accident purposely. Stay away from the bad company. So, culture is important, trust is important, integrity is important. Next. Quality start with you. You cannot say, we have a habit of blaming, my college is bad. We do not have a library. My professor is not doing this. I consider what I am doing. Quality start with me. My progress is me. It is not you, me. अरे बाकी सब कुछ गवर्नमेंट ये नहीं करता है, गवर्नमेंट रोड नहीं बनाता है, अरे आप क्या कर रहे? It start with you, it ends with you. Next. Now we come to the food safety. Quality we understood. Guys, quality is such an important aspect in the life. It is not about money. Just a minute. मैं कॉल करूँ एक प्रेजेंटेशन दे. My call. So Now coming to the basics of food safety, because you all are food technologists and it's very important to understand. Last 5 minutes, please next. I am a big patriotic person. I traveled more than 35 countries, and after visiting all the countries, I realized that Indian culture and Indian history has been purposefully fabricated, misleaded by the Britishers to tell you that you are inferior. It is all about narratives. Because if we say that I have a great history, then they have a problem. Look at our own history. Nala Damayanti, King Nala was the first food technologist, and he wrote the book called Nala Pakadarpan. More than 1000 recipes are given there. 7000-year back book. Amazing piece of food technology. Ma Sita was one of the best chef with less of the oil. You might have seen the Chhawa movie. There was a sambar which was mentioned, which has been an invention by in honor of Sambhaji Maharaj at Tanjavur. They wanted to create a kind of one you called as a amti, but by mistake they have not added dahi in dal. They have added tamarind water, and that has become like a Sambhaji's ahar sambar. All these inventions. Then Shah Jahan was the first, a very good cook. We know Shah Jahan for some other reason, but Shah Jahan was also a good cook, and he has written a book called Nuksa-e-Shah Jahan. I have really respect, and I tell you, if we do not respect our India, who will respect? Will American will respect? Will UK will respect? So guys, please woke up. Start doing some traditional research. Respect your culture. Find out the reason behind it, scientific reason. Don't become blind. We don't want to become religiously proclaimed, but nationalist bano and find out the good research for our own country. Next. There is a story when the one girl and boy in London, 1923, went for ginger beer. After drinking, the lady found that there is a snail at the bottom of the beer. She complained to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper said, "It's not my mistake. It is a Stevenson who is the manufacturer of the beer." She started vomiting, and then she complained to police. Police said, "There is no clause where I can actually book anyone." She fought the case in the parliament, and after 9 years, parliament gave the in between, the boyfriend left, and that is the whole story. One has to be quality friend, not only living someone in between. But the parliament passed the judgment called tort of negligence. The entire word follows this tort of negligence. Who is responsible for negligence? It's called as a because of this Donogh and Stevenson story. Amazing story. Is a father of our modern regulation. Section 28, Section 27 of the FSSAI borrowed this principle. Who is responsible? Manufacturer is responsible. So if you are making any startup, you need to understand you are responsible for food safety, no one other. Next. Every country has their own regulation. FSSAI has the preamble. Why FSSAI? Because it has consolidated all the food related regulations. Next, please. Next. Earlier PFA and today's FSSAI is a science-based standard, single authority, and it is based on the monitoring and surveillance, not the directly the inspection and control. Next. Now coming to the food safety. What is the food safety? Food safety basically is assurance given that your food will not cause any harm. It's assurance. Like your mother cooks the food, your sister cooks the food, your wife cooks the food, your whoever cooks the food, your husband cooks the food. It is assurance that after eating the food, nothing will go wrong. Next. That is called as a food safety. But if food is unsafe, then there is a problem. And 75% of the total non-communicable diseases happen because of food and water. And if we give the good food to the nation, our 75% health budget can be controlled. Government of India spends 80,000 crore rupees on the well-being of the Indian through the primary health center. Look at the potential of the food. I always say food technologists, food scientists are is a medicinal factory. Basically, the prevention is a better, medicine is cure. So food can actually play a very important role in your life if you give the safe food and nutritious food. That is the whole emphasis of the Food Safety and Standard Act. Next, please. When we talk about food safety, it has to start from the farm to fork, means up to consumer. And every level, there is a safety. And that's why we called about the farm to fork approach. Next. This is the basically the timeline how it started way back in 1899, then 1954 the TFA came, and 2006 the FSSI came in, and it may take 50 years to get one more regulation. Next. In India, there are mandatory regulation called legal metrology and FSSI. Then there are compulsory regulation through FSSI like egg mark and BIS for some commodities. And then there are voluntary regulations like HACCP and ISO or FSCC. So one has to understand what is mandatory, what is voluntary, and what is compulsory. Next. FSSI is mandated for all the food establishment. You need to have a registration or license, and also the Schedule 4, which is GMP, GHP implementation. Next. One more important thing, the technical person, ma'am, is mandated for every unit, and that's why there is a scope for food technologies. But unfortunately, the government do not compel that the food technology should be recruited. They take anyone who is competent or experienced. We need to push this agenda. Then only our guys, our students will get job. Next. These are the objectives of the FSSI to consolidate all the law related to food and for manufacturing up to the sale. Next. Food safety is a continual journey. It is not a stoppage or it is not the target. It is a continual one. Next. We have just read the food safety definition, but important point is that human consumption according to its intended use. उसका जो intention है खाने का, वो intended use से खाएंगे तो ही वो safe रहेगा. If you do not thaw your chicken after buying and without thawing अगर खाएंगे तो problem हो सकता है. Rice कच्चा खाएंगे तो problem हो सकता है to cook it. So it is important to have an intended use. So उसकी जो instruction है उसके हिसाब से खाना चाहिए. Next. Food की definition covers everything except the product at the farm level and medicine and cosmetic को छोड़ के सारा thing जो हम लोग खाते हैं वो food के definition में आता है. But a farmer selling the food does not cover under the definition of food, so that FSSI का license farmer को नहीं लगता है. That is the whole today's problem, and farmer can spray any kind of pesticides if they wish, and the problem comes when the person processes that food. Next. Food safety is very important, friends, because you are aware that if you go to shadi or go to any of the occasion, and if your stomach get upset or vomiting start ho jata hai, and everybody has faced this in your lifetime, that's why the food safety is important. Please, next. This is the mantra of food safety. Keep clean, separate the raw and cook food thoroughly, and that's why India do not have any food safety issues. Go to US, they like half-cooked chicken, and most of the diseases and diarrhea and poisoning happens because they're liking of half-cooked food. Absolutely wrong habit. Our mummy and papa, our dada and dadi had taught us very good thing, that cook the food completely. Keep food at safe temperature and use safe water. Next. Next. So these are the various diseases can happen to you if you eat contaminated food. Next. Next. Just next. So I just want to say that you are the student of the food technology, you should know what is a risk analysis and what is a risk analysis framework. Risk is defined as hazard into the exposure of hazard. Presence of hazard does not give a license that product is risky unless and until the exposure is high. So it's called as a risk-based approach. Next. This toxicological hazard characterization shows that when the doses are increased, the response is recorded. There is a first stage which called as the NOAEL level, LOAEL level, where the no observed effect, lowest data observed effect, and then there is a LD50. When we calculate what is the ADI, acceptable daily level, it is before NOAEL level, a safer zone called ADI. So guys, the standards which are set based on ADI and below ADI. So if you are crossing any particular standard, it does not make it unsafe. So do not worry about that. All this Google University or WhatsApp University will send you some messages. This is having this and this is having that. Do not worry about it. Do a proper study. Do not get carried with any kind of non-scientific stuff. Do the risk assessment and then you will realize the answer. Next. 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 I have explained this to you. So how to calculate the safer limit? Just before the NOAEL level, next. Next. You take the factor of safety. Yeah, ADI or TDI, total dietary intake. So that is the safer limit. I do not have time, but I just want to explain the concept. Next. What is coming in? What are the emerging risks? The microplastic emerging risk. I want you, a student of the postgraduate, should understand what are the emerging risks in the food business. AMR, MOH, 3-MCPD, GE in the oil, pesticide residues, PFAS, mycobacterium, biogenic amines. All these are coming as a risk, emerging risk. There should be a research, there should be a study on Indian population, Indian food, and how we can prevent it. Next, please. So guys, thank you for, next, please. Next. Next. You have to have a risk-taking ability. Please, positive participation in your or course curriculum. Respect the teacher. Respect your father, mother who gave this opportunity of wonderful study. Help each other. Next. Stay united. This is a wonderful opportunity. You got an opportunity to study in one of the fantastic university of MIT. Stay united and do a success together. Next. Have that jugaad approach all the time. Innovation, because that will only take you to the distance. Otherwise, if you are complaining, baby, for everything you complain to your father and mother, मेरे पास ये नहीं, मेरे पास वो नहीं, जो है उसका अच्छा यूटिलाइजेशन करके आप कुछ कर सकते हो, वो लाइफ में आगे बढ़ेगा. Next. Keep calm and stay with pride and also do good hard work. There is no shortcut to the success, and improve your innovation and creativity. Next. So thank you for the opportunity, and there is a good hope for tomorrow for all the food technologists. I take a pride, and please put FT as a your before the name, because that I have started calling food technologies as the FT, like DR or doctor. Next slide. I given my all the details. Next slide.
Next slide.
If any, next slide. Yeah. If any query, you can write to me, and please get in touch with me. Any help you required, help others. Last, my suggestion: do not believe in this forward and Google. Do not demean our food processing industry. Every WhatsApp community have one uncle or aunt who keeps forwarding something, and then you will forward to 10 people. Do not do that. We require support to food processing industry, which is supporting farmers and consumer. Our farmer needs support. Thank you. Jai Hind. अच्छे से पढ़ाई करो, अच्छे से success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an insightful presentation. We call upon our last speaker for the session, Mr. Ashutosh Tharia, Senior Manager, Panch Tattva International Company, Vietnam. Sir is a seasoned food engineer with rich techno-commercial background in the food industry, with expertise spanning business development, production management, quality assurance, and client relation. He has gained extensive insight into the entire value chain of food manufacturing and distribution. Having worked with leading organizations such as Sweet World Group Consumer Care Limited, Dupes Consumer Care Limited, and Unique Fats and Ingredients Private Limited, Sen has played a pivotal role in strategic planning, new product development, cost management, and sales expansion. His experience extends to handling corporate clients, overseeing product launches, and streamlining operations to optimize efficiency and profitability. Holding a BTech in food technology from Ahmadi University in Noida, where he actively participated in leadership roles, including serving as the president of student food safety team and contributing to various university events and conferences. He has also undertaken multiple professional certification, including training in food safety management systems from British Standards Institution and specialized courses in behavioral science and cooperation communication. Beyond his technical and managerial expertise, Sir is a skilled strategist with a deep understanding of market trends, business operations, and process improvement. His ability to integrate technology, sales acumen, and operational efficiency makes him an asset in the food industry. We welcome you, sir, to the 8th AMIFOST 2025. And I request you to please, I'm so sorry interrupting. I request you to please, we have to start with the live session to wind up the presentation another 10 12 minutes.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Very good afternoon to one and all out there, all the dignitaries, our faculty members, our dear students, and all the respected people out there. I'm sorry I'm not available in person out there, but I'll try to, give you the hardcore reality of food manufacturing so that you all are equipped and you have your mind very clear of, how things you can deal in the industry. So, hello everyone. Myself, Ashutosh here, and I was an Amity alumni from the batch 2012-16. So today I will be taking the entire approach in a very different perspective. So, foodpreneurship, as itself says, people who are involving into food businesses, either themselves or into, industries. So over here, I'll be focusing on a very realistic and practical approach, which I think would be very new to you, or some of you might have been known. But, things which, goes on into operations and management and development into food manufacturing. That's quite important to, have into the output. So without wasting any time, I'm just try to share the presentation to you. Okay. Yes, ma'am, is a presentation visible out there on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's go into the navigating to the food industry, a very techno-commercial approach to operations and development. So this presentation would explore interrogative strategies to success in food industry, focusing on the interplay between technology and commercial operations, which I feel, each and every, as an Amity and an AIFT alumni, you all should be very well aware of. And you can take this as a zeal to, prosper in each and every angle in the food industry. So the food industry is a very, complex web of production, processing, and distribution. It demands a very multifaceted approach to thrive. So this, you have to navigate this landscape successfully. Business need more than just technical expertise in food sciences, actually, at that time. They require techno-commercial mindset, robust business operations, and management skills. So we all will discuss into the integral aspect of factory operation, product costings, and business development within the food manufacturing industry. And there would be a few terms which would be new to you. It would be about, the COGS and the BOM. Basically, we said as a cost of goods sold and the bill of material, which is very important for you to be a very techno-commercial profile in your line in the manufacturing industry, either as a business person, businessman, businesswoman, or having your own startup. So these things are very hardcore, which should be on your fingers. Once you come in and get your hands dirty into it, you will be knowing everything very well and well. So just moving on to it. So the techno-commercial approach in food industry, basically exploring the interplay of technology and commerce, understanding the food industry's complexity, as we just take it as point number one. So this food industry involves a lot of interactive, integrated production, processing, distribution, networking, HR, planning, a lot of things. So there has a very important commercial role. So anything, you're opening your own business for food, and at the end of the day, you're going to sell it in the market. But if you don't make profits, or you don't know what the reality or industry or manufacturing is standing, how are you going to create profits? I think for that, you have to be techno-commercial. Being food technologies is really amazing. And being techno-commercial will give you upper hand in the market, because people out there are, I feel, I am not trying to offend anyone, but as to my personal experiences, there are a lot of profiles who handle technical separate and commercial separate. But being techno-commercial is where, will reach you in your industry to a COO level, or, you're managing directors of your own business. So, taking this forward, so, this techno-commercial mindset, this is a blend of perspective, allows professionals, to understand the scientific as well as a technical aspect of the commerce. Business operation management, would be, you need to understand that when you're in the industry production floor, and when you're trying to prepare a product, that has to be quite, robust, as well as in the same time cost effective. You need to control things. Anything which is patent process you see in the market, any big brand companies who are working there, they try to follow these kind of, aspects. And they are into, handling these things very efficiently. That is why, how market strategy pays out, and how you can, emphasize working with your techniques with commercial and science and technology. When we talk about techno-commercial mindset, you need to have an innovative technology to to close up the gap with the manufacturing, and of course the cost benefit analysis. You should be very good at that. These are very simple things, which you will get a hands-on experience in the industry, which I had, and I just wanted to share you all, so you can gear yourselves up, and you are aware of things which are going to come to you in your profession, either in your business or either in your career. When we say, optimizing the business operation management in food manufacturing, so in that case, this involves managing the flow of raw materials when you're making something, from supplier to manufacturer, ensuring time delivery, and such things are just inventory management, things to be very efficiently managed. These are all interlinked, and they all come down to your cost. Production planning and scheduling is very crucial thing, because this again, it optimizing the production schedule to meet the demand fluctuations. You need to minimize your wastages. If a factory having a lot of wastages in your food production, is again the money lost. So there should be a lot of optimization in your control of production planning too. And when we talk about quality assurance, so that's what food technologists are always up on the collar. So we are there to take things up. We know what the product is, we know how technically it plays in the market, and we know how to make it. So that's what creates you different apart from other business professionals in the market. When we talk about process optimization, so this could be evaluating the process to minimize the waste and boost your efficiency. So this is very important too. Basically, it's an amalgam. When you work in an industry, when I'm talking about being a techno-commercial, it's about handling the entire food technology technical aspects, as well as handling the commercial aspects, which can combine together to make you outstand differently in the market. Market research and analysis, everyone does. Everyone has their own way of approach when you come down to your own business. Understanding the consumer trends, and then you need to assess the competitive landscape in essential for strategy and growth. And in different ways, when you talk about new product development, definitely when there is a product in the market, definitely it has to run. But my entire goal over here is to give you an overview what I have gone through in the industry as a hardcore, from plant erection up to sales and marketing, captioning. Being a food technologist is giving you a very big upper hand, because the technical aspect of the product. And now so these things go on hand in hand: sales and marketing strategy, strategic partnership and alliances in your business, new product development, market research and analysis. So yeah, when you talk about production, it's very important what the money you've invested and what you're going to take out of it. If that's not healthy enough, definitely you're going to create losses in the market when you launch your own product, or when you work in the factory or something. How it's going to come up. Now, when we talk about the costing part, is the basics. So you're working in a factory, or you're working in your own factory where you're producing a good, and that is not competitive enough in the market. How do you mark up the standards? Because you have a good technology, you have a good product, but if your product doesn't stand in the market as far as cost effectiveness is concerned, usually any MNC brands, they always come up with an alternative product. How that is done? So because the bigger the brand, the higher the expenses. The smaller the brand, B or C's category, is lower the expenses. That's how you need to manage things. So that's a very important part. You need to see that how accurate your product costing is coming up. So when you take a product example, you are working in your own kitchen, you're cooking something up, you're going to make a chapati or a roti, so you require a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, wheat flour, and oil and water. So all these components coming up, then you're using the gas and the stove, and then you're using the electricity, and then you yourself are taking up your labor to make it up. By the time it comes to your plate, there is a lot involved. You have to be very accurate with that, because that's going to give you an upper hand when you try to optimize your manufacturing. That's how the money saved is the money earned in the market. So food processing is really big, and it has different versatile fields. It has a different way of approach in the different industries of your cost workings, and that is very important. Impacting your pricing strategy, informs pricing decision making.
We are interrupting. Can you wind up in another 2-3 minutes, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir.
So there are a lot of technical things, understanding the cost of goods, how they work with you, how it goes in your market, and how you want to play with it to reduce effectiveness and get your things coming up in the market nicely. When we talk about overhead and cost management, that is also very important, because end of the day, whatever you're making, if that doesn't come up with your overheads, how you're going to balance with your sales strategies? That is too very important in this. So now when we talk about challenges in the food industry, so there are a lot of purchases, which is very important: fluctuating prices, complex supply chains, regulatory hurdles to create inside challenges. And you need to have a very strategic thinking to thrive for business required, or to blend technical skills in marketing and understanding. So that again is a very important aspect. So as an all in all, when you're running your own industry, you need to take care of these things. When we talk about the marketing awareness, cost implications, innovations, reducing waste, these all sum up and come up to how you take things up. Because imagine a food scientist who not only develops a revolutionary new product, but also understands its potential market appeal, its production cost implications and regulatory hurdles, and these marketing aspects that not only craft a compelling market companion, but also appreciate the technical challenges. So these things add up to a techno-commercial approach is no longer a competitive advantage, but it is a necessity of the food industry now, which I feel. These things, every aspect, if you see it as a commercial aspect, combining your technical skills how you can optimize supply chain optimization, production planning and scheduling, quality control and assurance, process optimization. These are key elements that drive success in food operations when you are a foodpreneur. Development and strategies, each business has its own way and pathway and success in the business, but yes, new product development, partnership alliances, sales and marketing, these all go on hand in hand. When we embrace the future of food, nourishing the world, food has a very significant role in enhancing the global health as well as the local areas. Sustainable practices, passion for and vision, commitment to excellence. So these going on, and lastly, as there were that I would just like to conclude that food industry is not just a business; it is a calling, and we have the opportunity to nourish the world, to improve people's lives and create more suitable future. Let us embrace the opportunity with passion, vision, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and my all best wishes to these students. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for completing the presentation with the time crunch we have. We start with the validatory session, and I request our dignitaries to kindly join us on stage. Okay. I request our dignitaries to kindly join on stage to felicitate our speakers. Mr. Vishwas, sir, Sattvic Council of India. I also request our dignitaries to kindly felicitate Dr. Sanjay Bahana, sir, with a memento. I request our guest of honor, Sunil Nehwal, sir, Sunita Ratan, ma'am, and our chief guest, Mr. Ramesh Agasa, to kindly join us on stage.